Hey, this is Miss Harris, and this is Math for You. Today we're going to talk again about the big W word in mathematics, and that is about word problems. So let's go ahead and jump off into an example. If we're given the sum of two numbers is 51, and their difference is 13, and we want to find each number, we're going to go ahead and define our variables. So I'm going to let n equal a number. And I'm going to pick p and let p be another number. And the problem tells us that the sum of two numbers. Sum means what kind of operation? Sum means that we're going to be going ahead and adding. So I want to add two numbers. So I've picked a number n plus another number p, and when I add them together, I get 51. The problem also tells us that the difference of these numbers is 13. Since we're not doing a system of equations, I'm going to solve one of these equations for the other variable. So I'm going to label my equations equation 1 and equation 2. And I'd like to solve equation 2 for p, which means when I'm done, I'm going to have something that says p equals on it. All right? So let's look at equation number 2 only. So equation number 2 says n minus p is equal to 13. So I'm going to say that n is equal to 13 plus p. I'm going to move that p over here from the left-hand side over to the right-hand side of the problem. So now I have n written in terms of p. What I want to do is substitute this value I want to substitute this value of n into equation number 1. That's what that means. I found the value for n. I want to put this into equation number 1. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So now I have the original equation 1 is n plus p is equal to 51. But I know that n equals 13 plus p, so now I'm going to substitute 13 plus p is equal to 51. Now this is something that we are very familiar with, so we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. So our equation then was 13 plus p is equal to 51. So on this left-hand side, this is my left-hand side of the algebraic equation. This is my right-hand side. I can see on this left-hand side that I have a positive p term with a coefficient of 1, and I have another positive variable p term with a coefficient of 1. So let's go ahead and combine those like terms. We have 13 plus 2p is equal to 51. On this left-hand side, I see a constant term of 13. On the right-hand side, I see a constant term of 51. So I'm going to subtract a constant term of 13 from each side of my equation. I'm going to put up my brick wall so I know whatever I do to one side of the equation, this is the left-hand side of the equation, I have to make sure I do to the right-hand side of the equation. So on this left-hand side, that reduces to a 0. I have 2p is equal to 38. But I don't want 2 of p, I just want p. So I'm going to divide each side of the algebraic equation by 2, so I get p is equal to 16. P is equal to 19. P is equal to 19. Am I done? No, that's just one of my letters. The other one, how do I figure out what N is? Well, it told me in the beginning that the sum of two numbers equaled 51. So now I'm going to substitute the value of P in here. I'm going to take a value and substitute into a variable. So I have N plus 19 is equal to 51. So I'm trying to solve this equation for N. So I go ahead and subtract 19 from each side. When I do that, I find out that N is equal to 32. Am I right? I don't know. Now this is where we go in and we're going to check our work. So we're going to go ahead and check our work. So our original formula said that two numbers, the sum of two numbers is 51. When we solved this, we said that N we just solved it and we said that N was 32 and P was 19. Is 32 plus 19, what does that give us? It gives us 51. So our answer checks out. We simply just take the known solution for N, the variable, and the known solution for P, our other variable, and we plug them into this original equation. And it checks out. So anytime you're not sure about anything, go ahead and check your own work. Go ahead and go back through this problem. There are several that we're working on that are exactly like this, and see if you can go ahead and do these. Again, I'll see you in class, and this is Miss Harris, and this is Math for You.